Here's a sight which many parents can remember doing themselves at some point. These children are out pumpkin picking at the Pumpkin Hollow, a Syracuse-based pumpkin patch which has been at it for 18 years. With Halloween coming next week, patches such as this one are both at the peak of their business and preparing to close the business after the holiday at the same time. For the Pumpkin Hollow, however, it was never about making money off of spooks. A helper to the Pumpkin Hollow, Kelly McLaughlin, says the patch is all for the kids.
It's about putting a smile on the kids' faces. So that's pretty unique these days, you know? It's, I think most places are all about making money, 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 and that's not the object here.
The Pumpkin Hollow is more than just a pumpkin patch. It's a full-fledged farm which adds to the variety of events they can offer visitors. Among the attractions are a corn maze and tractor rides. A farm experience wouldn't be complete without animals, and the Pumpkin Hollow has that too. You can pretty much walk up to these animals and feed them as you please. Pumpkin Hollow helper Kelly McLaughlin says these events both entertain children and help the schools which bring them here.
And it's set up so that schools are able to do it on their own. It's not, they can kind of go at their own pace.
If you want pumpkins such as this one, you have until Halloween to come to the farm. After that, this farm will be transitioning into a Christmas tree shop, which will be opening the day after Thanksgiving. Reporting in Syracuse, I'm Dad Ziegler, NCC News. And now, I'm going to get lost in the corn maze. Oswego County Police found a huge surprise when they made a routine traffic stop this weekend. The police say Jake Patno of Hogansburg had 110 pounds of cocaine in his car when he was stopped for speeding on I-81. Patno has been charged with conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute cocaine, which comes with a sentence, if convicted, from 10 years to life in prison. The suspect is currently being held without bail, and he'll return to court on Thursday. The new tax bill could put the already financially stressed graduate students under even more pressure, and soon their wallets can look just like mine does right now. Taria isn't the only one who won in this. In fact, there are two more winners, the federal and state governments, who will be taking approximately $3.3 million from her earnings. Still, she will be taking home only $6.7 million. Jim Boeheim's boys have desperately been doing everything they can to get buckets, but over the last few games, all they've been heaping up are bricks. They say you can't build Rome in a day, but Q-Swin's hoop seems to be contradicting that. A gloomy day like this is eerily fitting for Halloween. However, Halloween is not the only holiday being celebrated today. Often overlooked in the U.S. is Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead in English, a popular holiday in Mexico. This was not the case today at the H.B. Krause Hall on the Syracuse University campus. This Dia de los Muertos altar was put together by a new student organization in SU, simply called the Spanish Club. If you were surprised SU not have something like this before, you are not alone. The secretary of the Spanish Club, Paige Koss, said she was shocked by this. Koss spoke to us about the goals of the new club.
Our goal is to create an inclusive club that's for people who speak Spanish, don't speak Spanish, people that want to learn more about Spanish culture, and it's a really great opportunity, so you guys should come out and get involved.
Altars such as this are made during Dia de los Muertos to honor the dead by remembering when they were alive. It is believed around this time of year the souls of the deceased come back to visit their loved ones. While this sounds more like a morgue than a fiesta, the opposite is actually true. In fact, the tradition with the altars is to leave food on them since the dead also like to eat. Dia de los Muertos is more about celebrating the lives of those gone rather than mourning them. One person celebrating those lost was SU Spanish professor and Mexican native Socorro Kosecki.
And I also have my sister and my niece over there who are dead, and I want to celebrate them and I want to really connect with them, and it's a beautiful way to do it.
Ya se sacaron fotos.
This holiday is also used to celebrate Mexican culture. Professor Kosecki was dressed as famous Mexican painter and feminist icon Frida Kahlo. Also honored here was the famous Mexican Revolution general Emiliano Zapata. Of course, interpretations to any celebration can be made, and in this case it is encouraged students to take a not-so-traditional selfie with the altar. Many will celebrate Dia de los Muertos for the next 2 days. Reporting in Syracuse, I'm Dan Ziegler, NCC News, from where even a skull can be part of a celebration. The Trump administration proposed their budget for 2019 yesterday, which would be for $4.4 trillion. Among the funding included in the budget is $18 billion for a wall at the Mexican border and an $80 billion increase in military spending. President Trump once called himself the king of debt, and experts think this budget could prove his royalty, to the result of over $7 trillion added to the national debt. Many in Congress are unhappy about this, especially Republican Representative Mo Brooks of Alabama.
It was the worst piece of legislation I have voted on since I've been in the United States Congress, and there's not another bill that's a close second. That's how bad that debt junkie's dream bill was last week.